think I'm live now. All right, peoples, I'm not sure how this works, so let's see if I'm actually doing this currently. I think I'm streaming live, but I don't know. If not, whatever. I'm going to try to make Vector from the Despicable Me character. Let me take a look at this guy, because honestly don't remember. Vector. Now, mind you, when I saw that movie, that character was so funny. Character. There you go. Images. All right, there's one. But really, is there only one? Oh, I see. Vector also means this type of art, but I'll put Despicable Me character. Despicable Me. I hope I spelled that right. And there he is in his full glory. Despicable Me. All right. So, which one would be a good one? That one looks okay. Too much detail. Wow, that one's interesting. I don't know. Okay, well, I'm going to keep on going. By the way, am I streaming? Stream setup, so. Copy that. Done. Do I need anything else? I don't know. Anyways. That guy. Okay, interesting. I do want to include his feet, so I guess I'll just keep on going here and see what I can find. Oh, is that the guy who does the voice? Oh, that's perfect. No. Funny, yep. How about over here? Man, I'd hate to be stuck on just finding the body for this guy. Well, there's that. There's that. Whoa. I may have to do the whole body one right with that. I really don't want to do that squid gun. But I may have to. All right, let's just do that. That's Vector. All right, let's start with the feet and work our way up. Okay, so slender shape, kind of skinny. Some stripes on this side. All right, so I'm thinking the half sphere. I'll make it white to begin with, and let's just make it narrow. And I'm gonna try to make it like it is in the picture. And right there. Again, I'm just trying things out here. Stripes. Do I want to try to make the stripes? Let's see if we can download this picture. Open. Nope. Let's save it. Save image as. Where did it go? Heart swirl, vector, wallpaper. Really, it says wallpaper. It should be a big size then. But I don't want to put it there. I'm going to lose it later. So, vector wallpaper. All right, I saved it, but now, oh, here it is. Let's open it up. Now, let's see, what can we do? Preview, settings. I want to make sure that it stays in the front. Do you think I have any of those options? Let me know in the streaming 1 point. Image, open, size, PDF, no. Import from iPad, take screenshot, export, share, print. And I hope I don't view. Okay, I think it's going to be here. Contact, show profile, actual size. Enter full screen. No. Go to page. No. Tool, show inspector, adjust color. Text selection, annotate. Assign profile, window, minimize. Full screen, no. Bring all to front. I think that's it. All right, so let's hope that doesn't backfire on me. All right, so I'm going to make it smaller or do that. I don't know. Come on. In case you're wondering why the mouse arrow is so big, it's because when I make these tutorials, I want my students to be able to see where I'm actually pointing. So that's why I have that there. All right, now it went away. So that did not help at all. Here's my preview again. That was not helpful. Okay, I'll try to bring them up whenever I need to. So let's look at these legs. They're kind of weird. And technically this part right here kind of like rolls up. So the way I get some sort of roll or slant, I guess I should move this back to the way it was over here. You know what I'm doing is I'm just going to hit Control Z to get it back to where it was. It's so much easier to get a slant this way. Okay. Okay. Now I'm just going to rotate this tool. I'm going to maximize the sides because I like it smoother. I'm going to drag this over here and then extend that part. Now this is too much, so I'm going to drag this up, and I don't like that it's going 1 millimeter at a time, so I'll change it to 0.1. All right, so now, okay, I want to see if I can get this guy back. Okay, it's like that. All right, so it kind of flattens out at the edge, so I'm going to go here. I think that should be enough right there. All right, let's call that. I'm going to group it. Why not? I don't know. Something's a little bit off with this. Kind of looks like it's a slipper facing the opposite direction. All right, need the guy back. Let's check him out. Okay. I mean, the easiest thing would be to get a cylinder, but it's not what I want. Let's go with the advanced shapes, the shape generators. And I think I'm going to need this one here, the hyperboloid. Now, mind you, you guys have seen the leg. It doesn't look like this at all, but what we get is, let's bring the guy back. What we get is some shape. And that's what we want from this guy. Now, we don't want it to extend at the bottom. We just want it to widen as it goes up. This pretty much is similar. All right, let's go ahead and change the settings here. Outer radius. Let's, I want to bring this up. Well, it already is looking like the leg. That's pretty good. Let's look at the picture again. Where did it go? Oh, OBS. That's the one. All right, so we have this, and I guess we should make that right there. All right. I'm fine with that. Yeah, all right. I'm going to copy this later, but I want the other leg. Since it's at an angle, let's just use a cylinder for that one and make it, I guess we have to duplicate this, Control D. I'm going to use the Shift button to make this go a little bit out like that. And this one, of course, I'm going to maximize the sides because that's what I do. Okay, I'm going to make this bigger, and then I'm going to hit the Shift and then drag it down to make it skinnier. All right, now, and let me look at the picture because I think the foot might be at a weird angle. That's the one I want. Okay, they're both facing that way. That means his body's going to be right around here. Let me rotate this forward and up. And then with the arrow key, actually. Yep. I guess I should align these two. So I'm going to click the letter L, click on this shape right here, and then that will move. And that's all I care about that one. Okay, bring vector back. There he is. Now, what do you guys think? Is that too long? It feels like it's too long. I don't know. You know, I've finished models several times, and I've had to have my son, my older son, come in and tell me what I did wrong, because he's pretty good at telling me what the issue is in terms of what I got wrong. So I'm going to shrink this a little bit and then rotate it back. Now I'm going to align these two. Click the letter L, and then I'm going to keep that there. Now this one should go there. I'm going to have to change the settings here. The outer radius, let's change it to make it smaller. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Okay, so, and then higher, forward, higher. I don't know. I might put a sphere there to make that transition a little bit better while the legs are there now. Let's change the color already. Let's just go ahead and make that orange, because orange is this guy's color. And then, okay. Not bad. Oh, the leg's not right. Okay, I'm going to select that leg and the foot. I'm going to click the letter L, make sure that foot doesn't move. Okay, not bad. I don't like that part, and I might add some shape here to add some muscle to his leg, and then a sphere there. We'll get back to it later. Let's go back to vector and see what we have. Alrighty then. What do we have here? Well, technically, we are at the belly. Let's have some fun with the belly. I do not want to use the regular sphere for this. So let's do the, what do we call it? For some reason, I always call this the high density or the HD, but it's actually high res. I think there's a dash there. High res. Yep, that's exactly what it is. High res. All right. Now, of course, high res does give you better resolution, which is great. And honestly, that really just applies if you're going to print this, because if you don't maximize this, you're going to see all the little faces that are on the surface. And let's get the picture back. You know what? I'll move this a little bit higher. And why not? Since this guy's going to disappear as soon as I click on the screen, let's just make him bigger. Okay, you know what? I should probably add this part right there. This little, I'm not sure if that's the part that, yeah, that's definitely part of the jumpsuit that he's wearing. All right, so let's just make this bigger. I'm gonna hit shift and then drag this up. Whoa, that dude looks pregnant. So I'm gonna drag it back. I'm using the arrow key right now. Well, I guess you guys should see it, huh? That's how I'm using the arrow key. All right, so I'm going to select this side over here and then move it over a wee bit, and then this side, and move it over. Again, this side, move it over. And then I'm going to move it back a little bit because I want this part to disappear into that. Now, in the actual drawing, the thighs blend in more to the stomach of Vector. So let's see what we can do to achieve that. Where did it go? There you go. You see, here it's very abrupt, whereas it's gradual here. So what can we do? What can we do? All right, so I've done this in the past. It should work. Let's see if it works this time. Okay. Let's get the measurements for this one, which is 60. Oh, no, I don't want that measurement. I want this measurement. 1231. Okay, I'm going to grab a sphere. Ooh, that's going to mess things up. No, I'm going to use a regular sphere here, and I'm going to change it to 1231. So it's a cable down here, 12.31 and 12.31. And of course, 12.31. Maximize the sides. Now, the reason I'm not using an HD, or I'm sorry, high res shape, is because I'm going to be making a bunch of these. And if I were to do that, I think Tinkercad would just explode. And I don't want it to explode just yet. So I don't want it to freeze on me, not while I'm making something. So if I use this and then I multiply it, it won't be as bad. It'll still be bad, but it won't be as bad. So I'm going to click the letter L. I don't want this part to move, so I'm going to make sure it's centered there. All right. I think I have what I want there. Now, let me just click on the ball, or on the sphere. Come on, sphere. Don't let me down. There it is. I'm going to move it down a little bit. All right. And it's not centered. Why is it not? Oh, I did not choose the right one. That's fine. Not to worry. It looks pretty good there. I'm going to shrink it a little bit because what I want is for this outer ring to be barely visible right about there. So I'm going to hit Shift, drag that down. So if I use Shift, the size adjustment is uniform, and that's exactly what I want. Okay. I have it around there. I'm going to click the letter D, very important. And then I'm going to move it up. I think it's Command. I really hope it's Command and arrow up. I'm using an Apple keyboard. Good, it was that. And then I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to hit the Shift, and then it's 11.5 right now. Let's see if I can get it to 11.6. I did. So now, oh man, I hope this works. I'm going to hit again, duplicate. I'm going to keep on going. It should be getting bigger as we're going out. And I think we're getting to where we need to be. I think I'm wrong. It looks pretty fat. I think I can work with this though. Here's what I'm going to do. I just want this part right here. All right, so I'm going to select all of this, but I don't want this leg, so I'm going to hit Shift, click there. I'm going to hit Shift, and there. Now I have this. I'm going to group it. Control G, and I guess at this point I should group the foot. That way I'm never worried about it moving. But if you notice, this is red, which means that it's processing. It's trying to put it all together to make it one. At this point, hopefully you guys, if you're interested in supporting the channel, there's some links that are affiliate links to Amazon Filament, or even some merch that I have in the store. If you want to support this channel, you can do that while we're waiting for this thing to catch up. Now, I told you guys, I'm going to use the regular sphere because this would crash Tinkercad if I were to use this many faces. And even with the few that we made here, it's already, taking a while for this leg to work. Yeah. All right. Well, while it's doing that, I'll work with that later. But right now, let's see what else we can get. All right. So the belly, essentially, we're going to need to duplicate this and then go up, kind of. So at this point, I'm wondering, I could use one of these that I used earlier. What is this thing? Hyperboloid. I could do that. Let's see what size the belly is. 32. All right. I'm going to hit the Shift, drag this up, and then put 32. Make this orange. Now, I know it's not going to look like it, but you're going to have to trust me for a little bit. I have a vision. Open up, maximize the sides. All right. And let me, I'm going to hit Shift and click so they're aligned. I'm sorry, so that they're both selected. Now I'm going to click the letter L. I don't want that to move, so I click on it. There and there. Okay, good. Now this, I'm going to move up. And I want that. Now I want the waist to be a little bit bigger. inner radius. And the outer radius. Let me get back to that. Looks like our leg's done over here. So let me see if I can figure this out. This part right here. So what I want to do is I want to make it blend more with this hip or whatever this part is. Okay. Now, it's better in this direction, but I also want it to be like sticking out this way. So I'm going to move this a little bit further back. I'm liking that. And maybe a little bit further that way. Oh, wow. I thought I grouped these two. Oh, you're right. I didn't. There. I wonder if it's going to take a long time because now it's this huge thing with that, basic thing. All right. Well, that's processing. Let's work on the upper body. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's done already. Let's make that orange, of course. Multicolor. There it is. All right, so we're going to change the shape of the foot a little here. And then we may have to undo that foot thing later. All right, that's looking a little weird, but closer to what we want. Yeah, okay. All right, so here's what I think I should do. I'm going to undo this. I know. After all that waiting, now we're going to undo it. And then I'm going to undo it again. Oh, good, that worked. All right, so now I have all these shapes right here. So I'm going to select all of this, and I'm going to hit Shift and click and click and click. So now it's that part right there. I'm going to group that, and of course that's going to turn red. While we're processing that, let's go ahead and work on the upper body. All right, so we have this shape right here. You see that? It looks like I don't know, like almost like a triangle. And I've got this part. And then what I like about the paraboloid is that it gives me a gentle slope, but it's not working for me here. I'm not getting the actual slope that I want here. I want it to be like, moving back a little bit. I did have somebody on YouTube comment recently, how do I know exactly how big to make the shapes when I'm, designing something? And the truth is, I don't. I just keep playing with it, and then I keep playing with it. And then when I'm done, I ask somebody, what do you think? And then I have to adjust it. Now, for me to make the tutorials, I have to measure each piece, and then I write them down, and I tell you, hey, I made this piece this big, now turn this, turn that. And that's how I get the tutorials and the numbers for each one. Okay, so now, I'm not sure if you've noticed this, but this leg looks very awkward. It looks like it's, I don't know, like wearing bell bottoms, and he's not. He's clearly bunched up at the bottom, so I'm going to have to adjust this later. And now I'm stuck because I want that shape, and I'm wondering if I should use something over here in the basic shape library, because there's this. Now, let's check this one out. Let's make it orange because it makes it easier to see. And ultimately, what I want is for there to be a curve at the base. So let's, I'll bring this up higher. And if I remember correctly, these are 32. So I'm going to hit Shift and then drag this and then make it 32. Let's make it 33. Obviously, I want to maximize the sides. Now let's see what this does. Base, no, don't want to change that. Top radius, I think I want to change it. You know what? I'm going to try that. Okay. Let's leave that hanging there. And then I'm going to, okay. I'm going to duplicate this, Control D, click the letter M, and I want it to face the other direction. There it is. Now I'm going to hit Shift and arrow, and then it's over here on this side. However, okay, I'm going to make this disappear. There. Here it is. But I want to rotate this so that it looks like his leg is actually sticking out right there. And maybe a little bit higher, and then sticking out, and then a little bit this way. Too much, because I'm trying to look at the symmetry there. Okie dokie. Now that I'm here, you know what? Hey, why not? I'm just going to make that maximize sides, orange, move it up. Now I'm going to hit shift and I'm going to drag this down. There it is, and then forward. That's too much. I'm going to move it around. Should go a little bit higher, and now shift. Oh, I clicked away from it. Use the arrow key to move it forward. Yeah, I don't like the way that looks. Not even a little bit. I am going to move this in a little bit. This a little bit. And then up. I'm going to use it command and up. Okay, that's a little bit better. Not happy, Bob. Not happy. All right, that's acceptable for now. We can go back to it later and make it better. Okay, where were we? Oh, yes, the upper body. So let's reveal what we were hiding before. Let's take a picture, or let's look at the picture that we have of this guy. Okay, so there it is, right? Oh, I try to turn him so I can see what he looks like, but I can guess that it's going to go like a pyramid or a cone, but the shoulders stick out. So we need to do the shoulders. All right. Now, guys, I can't guarantee you I'm going to finish this, but I just want to see what it would be like to do it live. And hopefully you guys are actually getting this. There's a good chance I'm doing all of this and none of it is online. Right. Because I added the hips to this character, I'm going to have to make this bigger. So I'm going to hit shift. And then I'm going to drag it down a little bit. Oh, right. Let me take a look, because maybe there's some detail of the outfit that I'm missing. Okay, no, it just goes around. There will be a line later. Okay, and I'll show you guys how I would get the line later. But for right now, I just need this outfit to be big enough to accommodate this dude's hips. That looks a little weird right there. So I'm going to be moving this around like this. And then over here, like this. And I think the illusion is made with this one. All right. Now I have to adjust the top part. Now to adjust the top, I need to try to make this as thin as possible, because that way it'll be less work overall. Okay, now let's see how it's coming in there. I need to take it out a little bit. It's on both sides, so I guess I have to. Come on, right there. Okay. Now let's make this guy, let's see how wide this is. Now, the goal, let's look at the legs here. I have a feeling his body should be higher. Let's look at the picture. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think it needs to be higher. So all right, so what am I thinking here? Just make this orange. Make this, maximize the sides, of course. I don't know. I don't want him to have broad shoulders. He's supposed to look like he's a weakling that has super intelligence of some sort. And you don't want broad shoulders for that character. What an interesting little design there. Okay, let's go back to the picture. Because here he looks like he's about to be a football player. No, you know what? His shoulders do not open wide. So let's get rid of, or let's shrink this a little bit. Yeah, okay. All right, I think I can work with that. Now his shoulders look super skinny. Yeah. And honestly, because I do want to have some sort of, what's the word here? An organic feel to it, I'm going to use the hyperbole. Is that what it's called? Hyperbole? Hyperboloid. Hyperbole, I believe, is a language arts term. Or when you exaggerate something. And we do not want this to be different from that one, so let's change that. And make it skinnier. Now, it looked like, based on the picture, that his arms are a little bit weird. Let's see. Yeah, they're not very long, and they're super skinny, so I'm going to play with this here. And I'm going to rotate this one. Oh, hold on. Before I do, I know I'm going to need another one, so let's see if I duplicated that correctly. I did not. Control D. There. Let's move that over there. Now this one is going to be holding this. What? I made extra? Of course I did. And move it over. I think I may have to add a sphere to this. Just so it doesn't look like it's all choppy. Okay, so let's look at the preview again. I have a feeling that the little stripe on the side is probably going to be one of the biggest problems of this design. And even started with his head. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. All right, let's just keep on going. In fact, we probably need to add a sphere right now. What's the size here? 8.62. Now, if I were making a tutorial, I would be changing the sides because students, I've noticed, do not like the decimals. They just want 8.5, 9, 9.5. That's it. They don't want 0.62. But since we have it, what did I put? 8.62. 8.62. 8.62. And again, I should have done this another way. That's so much faster. I'm guessing you guys are making me nervous. So I drag this up. Here, faster way would be to hit Shift, click, letter L, click here so it doesn't move. There you go. At least I have one part. That was another thing. Wasn't counting on that one. All right, I'm going to move this with the arrow key, and then I'm going to move it down. Then arrow key, down. And one more, I think. No, let's do two more. And I think that we'll call that fine. We need one on the other side too. So let's do Control D and move it up and back. I'm just using the arrows, as you can see, the big red sign over here. All right. All right. Acceptable for now. Let's call it acceptable. Now I'm going to do the same thing over here on the other side. That way I don't have to do it again later. What? No. Control D and then just shift it over here. Move it over. Then up. Then over. And then up. By the way, I'm using on my keyboard Command and the up arrow. No. I'm going to click the letter F to zoom in. And it looks good. All right, I'm just going to go straight down with this one. So I'm going to click away because otherwise this next one would duplicate and go straight across this work plane. And I don't want that. Click the letter F. That's good. I'm going to group this because I don't want to mess with it later. So that's selected. I'm going to hit Shift here, and then I'm going to group it. That part's done. And I didn't group these, so I'm going to do that now. although this looks like it's a little bit off. And then now a little bit back. Wow, this is complicated. And maybe up. Now back over here. Oh my goodness, it's getting worse. Why isn't this working? I have a feeling that's it right there. I'm not dealing with the center. Okay, shift and here, and then group. All right, let's move this one out a little bit. Oh my goodness, forgot that one. Now group. And then this one, let's just move over here. I honestly don't remember what this arm's doing. Let's look at the picture again. Oh, they're actually both doing something very similar. Actually, this guy looks like it's at an angle outward, so more like here. And then dragging it there. And let's look at the other one. Less of an angle. I think. All right. Well, we'll change it later if we need to. Let's look at the picture again. I'm guessing we're going to have to use this one and have it go up a little bit. A lot. Okay. Okay. All right. So there's this. We're going to have to make his leg fatter. That is not working out. And sometimes I jump around. This is only when I'm designing. Obviously, my tutorials, they are very, very organized. Obviously, I don't just jump around. I used to do that when I first was designing on YouTube, but now super organized. My goal is to just get all the information down and make sure it's as organized as possible. I don't want people to be like, what's this guy talking about? Why does he keep changing his mind? Let's go back to looking at vector, and I want to look at his arm. All right, I see it here, and it looks like it's about 45 degrees up and now pointing towards his body. So I'm going to duplicate that. And then I'm going to click the letter M and make it go that way. Now, that's going to that's going to affect that look. However, we have the 45, or pretty close to it, but I want it also to be closer to his head, so I need to rotate it this way. That's not bad. The one thing I don't like, though, is I don't like this part of the arm, because if you look at the picture, it gets skinnier at the end, whereas this one does not. So I'm going to have to do something to fix that. I may even have to just get rid of that little ball there. I'll do that later. And while we're here, let's go ahead and work on the other arm. You know what? I think it'd be easier just to do this, to duplicate this, move it over a little bit, click, what? No. Duplicate this and then move it over. Use the letter M to make it go that way. Now, obviously, they're not in the same position, so I have to adjust it. And then this one has to be a little bit lower because it's holding the bottom of the squid gun. You know, I did not even check the time. I do not want this to be super long and boring, which is probably going to be anyways, and I can't really control that. However, I try to avoid it. Okay, I think that's it there. And all right. No, you know what? This is too long. Let's move that back over here and back down, because I still need the hand, right? This is just the outfit. And the hand, I have to imagine, is going to go way over here. So now I have to adjust this accordingly. And let's move that. And I'm looking down here. I want this to be more aligned, right? About there. That's not bad. And move it this way. Okay, that's much better. Let's look at the picture and let's see what it looks like. Okay, I'm okay with that. I think this arm might need to go up a little bit more and this one way up. So let's adjust that right now. And then this one up to, wait, now I gotta look at it again. Yeah. I'm gonna group this, or at least put these together, because I think his shoulder needs to be further back, which probably means that I need to make this thinner. Now, you're gonna see when I do that, when I make it thinner, this is what's gonna happen. That's gonna be exposed. And I may have to do something to make that smoother in some way. You know what? I think what I can do is move that further up. And then I can just make the smoother part back here because you're not going to see that as much. I'm going to move these two down a little bit. All right. That's not bad. Okay. Honestly, I think it's the hair that's going to make this thing look like, you know, this dude. All right, let's go on. Let's see what we have. There it is. Okay. We need a collar, and I think a collar is going to be pretty easy because I'm happy with using this right here, rotating it 90 or 180 degrees, changing that to orange, moving it up. And this is just going to be the collar. And I assumed it's in this direction, but let me just check. It's the opposite direction. So let's rotate it again. I'm trying to see what direction the collar was folded into. And apparently the answer is inward. Obviously this is going to be much smaller, so let's do that. And the top, what do I want the height? Okay, and what did this guy, what kind of neck does this guy have? Wow, he's got a weird looking neck. It's like skinny at the bottom and gets bigger at the top, so kind of like the opposite of what I'm doing right here. So I'm going to, oh, I should do that. Maximize the sides. Now, let's see if this works. I'm going to duplicate this, rotate it 180. That's going to be the beginning of his neck, that color. Okay, the collar is there. That part's going to look weird. So I'm going to move this in right here. Oh, wrong one. I thought it was, that's the one I want. And then this is going to be moved in. Collar. Do you see that? There's the collar. And now that I think about it, I want the sides to be a little more pronounced here. Because now it looks like an actual collar. All right. Here's what I'm thinking. I want the collar and this part of his body to be aligned. So I'm going to click here, click the letter L. I'm going to click on this dude's shoulders, and this should move over with this right there. Good. Now I'm going to do the same thing with whatever this is, his neck. I'm going to click on the neck and shift click on the collar. I'm going to click the letter L. I don't want the collar to move, so I'm going to click on it, and now the neck should be there. Now let's look. There should be a huge collar that this guy has up, and there it is. Well, let's use what we already have. I'm going to duplicate this, Control D. I'm going to make it bigger. It's bigger. It's better. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this, make it a hole, and then drag it up. I think I may have, yeah, there's what I want. Okay. I'm going to make that just a little bit bigger. See, when I drag it forward, it's going to affect what it looks like on the outside here. Now, also, I don't want this to be too thick because the collar should not be that thick. So what I'm going to do here is also I'm going to move this over a little bit and over here a little bit. Now I'm going to group these two. Let's hope this works. And then I'm going to make it orange. Let's see what it looks like. Again, I'm just experimenting here. All right, that does look like a collar, but obviously not big enough. So let's make it bigger. Now here's the one thing that you need, or here's a thing you need to remember when you're printing is if this, oops, let me click the letter F to get it right there. If this is not thick enough, the printer will not even recognize that there's something there. So you got to make sure it's thick enough for the printer to be like, okay, I need to print that. Otherwise, it'll just be left like there's nothing there. Okay, we're almost there. I don't know, I kind of feel like the collar needs to be bigger. So let's make it bigger. If we don't like it, we can make it smaller later. Oh, that looks better. That looks better. Okay. Now, just so you can remember, I am not really thinking proportions here. And I'm sure later on, if I make a formal tutorial, I will adjust the proportions to make it look more like vector. So let's see what else. All right, the head. The head's going to be a little bit weird because it is not round. Not round at all. What shape do we have here? Anyone? Anyone? Okay. You know what shape I'm thinking? I'm thinking a cube. Now, he doesn't have a cube for a head, but what he does have is rounded edges, but even then, let's make it the same color as before. And let's drag it up. I know, you're going to have to trust me on this. Okay, what did I see? Because I saw something in his face that made me think of this. So I'm going to rotate this, let's say 45. And then this one, 45. Now, again, I'm just guessing. Oh, wait. I think I need to rotate this. All right, let's look at this guy's head again. Can you guys see what I'm doing here? See what I'm trying to do here? I don't know. I don't think I'm getting it. That's fine. We're just trying here. You think? All right, let's try this. I'm going to hit shift and I'm going to bring this down. Now, I know I could just theoretically make his head the shape I want to if I want to bring in a bunch of different shapes. I think I'd rather bring in one shape and then add a few more pieces to it. Because I know Tinkercad will start saying, you know, too much, too much. Okay, so let's compare again. Let's bring the guy's face back. Man, I wish I knew. Hey, if there's anybody out there that knows how to keep this thing in front of everything else, that would be great. Nope. How about this? And come on, vector locked. Anything else? Table of contents, content sheet. Come on, come on, come on. Right click. Maybe if I had another program that would give me that option, it would probably help. Okay, I'm gonna check one more time. Settings. Images. Open each file. Size on screen. Size input. PDF not going to do anything. Okay, let's just keep on doing what we're doing then. Okay, let's look at it from this angle. Let's play with the radius some more. Now I'm going to hit shift and then drag this up. I think at this point maybe I can start playing with the hair. Maybe the hair will make the difference. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm going to shift again. Let's play with this some more. Okay, let's look at the hair. Maybe the hair will make this all come together. Wow, that is an interesting haircut. Of course, we got to go with the bowl for the bowl haircut. And let's bring it up. Looks much darker. There you go. Okay, I'm going to bring this. Well, yeah, I'm going to zoom in and then I'm going to maximize. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. Control Z. I'm going to hit shift. I'm going to drag this down and then back. All right, let's look at the picture again. Now his hair should be tilted. You know what? His whole body should be tilted. Why didn't I get that before? All right, let's see if we can do this without completely messing everything up. And let's go back a little bit. Wow, that was not bad. Oh, I need to adjust so that the shirt sticks out. Okay. He is tilted some more. The hair is there. Let's see what else we have here. I still think the hair needs to be... Oh, it's the head that's tilted. You guys see that? The head. And this needs to be skinnier. Come on, skinnier. So I'll hit the shift. And... I know, guys, this is how I work with things. And move it up a little bit. All right, fine. And the head needs to be like saying, haha, I am better than you in every way. Although it just looks weird. I'm still not believing this shape here. I don't know. Let's play with it some more, though. Let's see what else we can get out of it. It's not bad. Okay. Let's see the picture again. That is an interesting nose. Interesting nose. All right. Now, I personally, I like using donuts, or what are they called over here? I think they're called these right here for the eyebrows. All right, let's change that to brown. Let's make it darker. And let's maximize. No, we don't really have to maximize these. In fact, let's not, just to make it easier on Tinkercad. But we do need to change the thickness. Let's see if this is it right here. Yeah, that's better. Well, did I change it again? I think I did. Again, like I said earlier, if you change these and they're too thin, your printer will not print them. So be careful on how thin you make something, because the detail will not show up. Okay, that's better. Now, honestly, at this point, I totally forgot what this thing should look like. All right, let me go back to the... All right. So let's move that up. And then it's going to rotate in 2 directions that way, and then this direction right there. And let's see what the other one's doing. I'm pretty sure it's doing the opposite, or the same thing in the opposite direction. I'm going to duplicate this, use the letter M, and I want it to go in that direction. And I'm going to hit the arrow key to make it go in that direction. See, now that I'm doing this, I'm looking at the hair. I'm like, okay, let's adjust the hair. And that's what I keep on doing when I'm designing things. I'm like, okay, what can I work on next? Sometimes it's one thing, then it's another. I think it's sticking out too much over here, so I'm going to like bring it in and then make it go further this way. And then I want to bring it in over here, but that's going to affect something else. All right. Again, I'm not set on this guy's face. I'm just using it right now until I can think of a better use or a different way of getting there, but I'm going to just use that as filler. Eventually, I'll figure it out. Now, the eyeball, I am going to maximize the sides. Let's bring that over. I'm going to hit Shift, and there you go. And now up. And let's take a look at the picture again. All right, so that's not bad. I just want it to be over there and a little bit of an angle, so I'm gonna, okay, let's try to memorize this right here. All right. And then back a little bit, and then that's a little bit lower, a little bit higher. And the same thing over here. Duplicate, Shift. And like I said earlier, what I'm doing now is I'm putting pieces together, but not necessarily the way they're going to end up, because I could be like, you know what, I could do this better if I added this or if I rotated that. Yeah, because, you know, I'm not even feeling this guy. In fact, I don't even like his skin color at this point. I want it to be a little bit darker. And now that I'm looking at his neck, I'm like, okay, let's give him a better neck. Okay. Let's look at his face again. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this. And then I'm going to use the arrow key to move it forward, and then this way, forward. Looks like I need to move it up a little bit, forward. Honestly, I don't even remember what his eyes look like at this point. I'm going to duplicate, delete that one because I don't want it to be that small. I want it to be the same exact size. All right, maybe the nose would give him some character. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, so it's a sharp edge here, but it's curved up there. What could we add to this guy to give him this look? What could we add to give him this look? What shape would look like that? Flat on one side. Okay, now that I'm looking at the eyebrow, I think it should be turning the other way. I think it should be, let's rotate it this way. Wow, it's so hard to see this thing. There should be an, oh, let's just, for right now, let's make the hair disappear. There it is. I think it should be curved that way, and then going down and forward. And down some more. There you go, that looks better. And this one, again, let's rotate. And I may have to make, F to bring it closer. I may have to make these thicker just so that I know that they're going to print. I honestly think they're too small to print right now, or too thin. Okay, you guys help me out with the nose here. What should I be using? Huh. I don't know. I don't even think that's centered right now. So let's move it over. Okay. Whoa, that is looking like an alien. Let's bring the hair back. Slightly less menacing. Oops. I know. I feel like it's looking super weird right now. That's okay. I'm not going to give up. I'm just going to try. Okay, guys, I can't think of anything for the nose. Is this going to be the nose? Let me drag this over here. Let's look at the guys. Yeah, still not happy with the eyebrows, but we're going to deal with that later. There, and I don't know. I can't think of anything with the nose. Obviously too big, but it's like there's something. It looks like a pigoid. All right, let's work with this. What height do we have? 3.6. All right. Let's drag this here, right there, up here. And I'm going to hit shift, hold that down, and then make it 3.6. 3.6, enter. Let's change the color to what? Brown, was it? Tan? I don't know. And then up. F. Okay, down. Oh, let's maximize the sides here. We wouldn't want his nose to look funny. Do we? What do you guys think? You know what? I have an idea. Let me look at his nose again. Okay, yeah, I think I'm going to do that. See, this is why I continue, because you never know where inspiration is going to come from. I'm going to do this. His nose, obviously, huge. Click the letter F to get it back in view. Okay. And then like this. Tap here. Okay. His like nose stops all the way over here. Kind of weird. But then again, it's also flat. So let's get to the flat part. The color's wrong too. Don't you guys think the color's wrong? Is it? I don't know. Let's just deal with the color later. Okay, let's do this for the nose. I think this will do it. So I'm going to group this with the nose. And I think finally something's going our way. Finally. Okay, good. Nose done. I mean, I can add some depth here by taking some of this away so you can see more of the nostril, but let's deal with that later. What else could we get? That would be an easy win. Now let's look at the eyes. think you should go back further. That looks fine for now. Okay, well, for me, we have the ears. Fine, let's do the ears. The ears shouldn't be that hard. Let's make the radius smaller. The right color. I think that's the color we're using. And right near his head. All right, shift like that. And then let's rotate this. All right, here. There. Now I'm going to duplicate this, make it smaller, and then raise it up. I guess I could keep on doing that till it disappears, but that looks a little weird. I want to make that, oops, thinner. So let's make the two. All right, so let me adjust it this way. Okay, so obviously there's a hole in the guy's ear, so let's get rid of that. I was trying to avoid that in case you're wondering. Let's go ahead, move that up. I'm going to make it shift and down. Move that up. I'm going to rotate it. Click the letter F so I can get a better angle. And rotate. One of the cool things about the ear is that once you have it, I need to make the head disappear so I can see. There you go. That's what I wanted. Once you have it, you just duplicate it and, use it in the other side. I think it was this color here. I'm going to drag it down and rotate it again. All right, well, that's okay-ish. Let's select the ear, group, and Control D. I'm going to shift it to the other side and then the letter M. Now keep on moving. You guys, for those of you that are watching, if you are, I understand that the head looks super weird. And now the ears are like weirding me out too. So I'm going to look at his picture again. No, they are kind of facing the right direction. I guess now is the time to start adjusting them this way. And this way. And lower. So again, this way. And then lower. A little bit higher. Okay, ears are okay-ish. Now, look at the picture. I think his head might need to go down a little bit more. Okay. Oh yeah, the hair. Let's bring back the hair. All right, well, that's interesting. Let's just move that down a little bit. And okay. This bowl and that bowl do not look the same. What does that look like? What does that look like? It doesn't look like a sphere. You know what it looks like to me? It looks like a cylinder. You're going to have to trust me on this one. And you're like, but we've already trusted you with the other ones and it looks horrible. Maximize the sides, and then we're going to do some beveling. And maximizing that. Some beveling. That's what it looks like to me. but maybe not as much. That is not what I'm going for, but it looks hilarious to me. I don't know. You're like, you guys, it looked better the other way. You know what? Maybe. Maybe. Okay, so what? Let's make this bigger. Like, that didn't make it any better. Just wait. Okay. And now I'm going to duplicate this, make that, and then grow this. And I think the hair should be right around there. I hope this works. Honestly, I think you guys should be asking for forgiveness for doubting me. But now that looks so funny. I like it, but it looks funny. Whose hair does that look like? Is it like Johnny Bravo almost? I don't know. Thank you, Ryan. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, that looks hilarious. Honestly, I think I should make it blonde and it looks so much funnier. There you go. Okay, where did I mess this up? I think it was in the rotation. Is that rotated? It still is. There. Okay. Now it's better. Let me go ahead and duplicate this. Control D. And then make this like that and increase this. Now I'm going to drag it down. I know for those of you that doubted, you had every right to doubt because that was not cool. Oof. I'm not sure that one's any better, but I'll try it. I don't know. I don't know. Let's try this guy's hair. Oops. There. I'm gonna click the letter F so it stays in the center of my rotation here. And Ryan, if you're still watching, you are the first person to comment on any one of my live videos. Congratulations. You're part of history. Congratulations. Great. Now I forgot what this dude looks like. Okay. So the hair is kind of, what's the word here besides wrong? It looks like it's too boxy, honestly. I feel like there should be more of a curve. You see that curve right there? Trying to get that curve. What can I do? What can I do to get that curve? Now, before I messed this up, because now it just looks like a hat, I used one of these. And that curve is there. Now, mind you, this is what I do all the time when I'm designing something. I'm like, does that look better? Does this look better? So, no apologies for what I'm doing. This is just normal for me. I mean, except for the fact that you're watching now. All right, let's try. You know what? I'm not gonna get rid of it. Maybe I'll like it later, but right now let's bring it back over here. I'm gonna rotate a little bit and then drag. You know what? It looks like this one just might be better overall. I'm gonna have to hit shift and bring this up. Whoa, that's hilarious. just right there. And it has to be bigger than this, so drag it down. Whoa. All right. Let me drag this over a little bit. All right, let's look at this guy's face again. All right. So this thing needs to be taller because look how thick that is. That thing's huge. And I think if I may have to just do this. See, that's the thing. It has to be a certain height before I come over here. Thank you, Quick Fix. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm not really liking the bowl haircut because there's a certain thickness it has to be, and I don't have it, and it bothers me. Okay, I'm gonna do it again. Only I think I'll just make it bigger over here first. I know that looks too big, but whatever. I think I can get this down. For those of you just tuning in right now, I know this guy doesn't look like it, but this is how. Wow, this is how I start, and I fix it later. I adjust things little by little, but oh my goodness. Now, honestly, I wish my students would see this because they get discouraged a lot when they're designing things or when they're following my tutorials. They get pretty frustrated if they don't get it right away, and they should see the frustration. Well, I'm not really frustrated because I know eventually I'll get it right. But sometimes I'm like, what am I doing wrong here? There have been times where I started a design and then a year later I finish it. I think my skills may have gotten better, or I just stopped thinking about it and let my mind try to figure it out on its own. All right. I think we might have to be okay with this hair until I figure out okay, let's get rid of that one right there. Until I figure out a way to make this better. By the way, that shape of his head, I know, it's kind of weird. But whatever, we'll get there. Let me just write something right there. There you go. Thank you. All right, let's look at this guy's face again. Okay, the eyeball needs to be a little bit higher or closer to the eyebrow. I'm already dreading the glasses. I can feel that that's going to be hard to do. Let's put that up as well. And up again. I'm using the command and arrow here. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to fix your hair. I'm going to give you another haircut. Okay, let's see what else we have. Well, we have the mouth and the glasses, I think, before we go on to like the hands and the details. Yep. Nose. Man. I'm not sure if you noticed this, but his cheeks kind of meld into the top of his top, not lip, but the upper part of the under part of his nose. So that's interesting. And then there's that, his lip thing, which I think I might use a Taurus for that, like one of these eyebrows. Let's just do that there for right now. Now the eyebrow alone will not give you what you want for lips, but it'll just give you an idea of where it should be. And I think pinkish. There you go. And higher and further back. Whoa. That's a funny look. All right, let's rotate that back. That's too thin. Poor guy. So just make that a 1 and see what that looks. Oh no, not that. 0.5. Okay, that's acceptable for now. I really hope these glasses make a difference. Thank you, Quick Fix. Honestly, when I first started teaching, I was not very patient. Unfortunately, I think I would yell at the students only because I didn't have any classroom management. But I walked into a friend of mine's room, and I noticed that the kids were acting kind of goofy. And instead of getting mad at them, he was actually enjoying the process of teaching them how to behave. And I thought, oh wait, I didn't realize I could actually enjoy the process. And so now I do have more patience. Okay, so where was I here? But thank you, I do appreciate that. Okay, let's just go ahead and work with some glasses for now. How do I make glasses? Okay, I'm gonna try this. Let's see what happens. Radius. And no, I don't want to increase the steps because I have a feeling if I increase the steps, I'm gonna like make Tinkercad freeze. All right. Yeah. Okay. So that's what I was thinking. All right. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna, I have that. Let's just go ahead and make it black for right now. Makes me feel like I did something important when I change it to the right color. Okay. I think some of you can already see what I'm doing here. Right? Right? I hope. Nope. Make it a little bit thinner. Okay, I'm going to group this. Control G. And then there's one. I'm going to duplicate that and move it over. I should use the shift bar. What do the glasses look like? Okay, another half of these things. Now, how do I get a half? I guess I can use this. Sides, of course. Black, of course. Let's look at them again. Wow, they are severely oversized. So now I'm going to group just the frames. And then the bridge. Let's see how thick this is. 2.72. I'll make this 2.72. And now I'm going to click the letter L. And let me see. What do I get here? Maybe a little bit lower. So when this sits on the nose, the top of the frame, the top of the frame should be way over the guy's eyes. Okay, now I'm just going to get rid of this here and duplicate and then move that over here. Whoa. Did I get that all? Oh no, I need the bottom. I was like confused by all the black I saw. All right, so I'm going to select everything, but I don't want this involved. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to group. That's not bad. Now, I guess I should group that too. And the glasses just have something straight going over there. I have a feeling that once I put this on, it's going to look weird, but whatever. Let's see what happens. 5. And let's make that, I don't know, 2? Oh yeah, that's not bad. And let's make it 50. All right. Not bad. Let's change the colors. Black. And duplicate. Now, I have a feeling they're going to look amazing here. And then when we get on the face, it's going to be like, oh, this doesn't look good at all. Okay, so I'm going to just group. Whoa, got the leg. Control G. All right, let's get these things on this guy's face. Whoa, what's going on? They're huge. Let's rotate this in a way that it'll make it easier to see for me. Oh, there you go. Oh my goodness, he looks so funny from this angle. Let's hope the glasses hide his entire face because this is a little embarrassing. Okay, let's move this up. All right. Not a complete disaster. Although I'm not liking it. What's off here? Something's off. I think it might be the size of the frames that are a little bit off. And I'm talking about the square shaped things. Let's see. What do you guys think? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, so obviously the head's not tilted the way it should be tilted. Huh. Okay. I'm thinking now that for the head, because I'm using a cube right now that's been like warped a little bit. As you can see the box, and I changed the settings. I think now I probably use a cone or one of these things right here, a paraboloid, so I can get that shape that I'm looking for here, and then use another one up here. That way I can get rid of this awkward shape back here. All right, but anyways, let's look back at the glasses. Okay, I see that the eye needs to be adjusted. Maybe not that much. Forward. Great. I don't think it made that any better. Maybe a little bit worse. Huh. What am I missing here? There's something off. All right. Even the hair looks off, right? Huh. All right, I'm going to make the glasses just a little bit bigger. Let's see if that does anything for the overall look. And I think they should be rotated. And then down a little bit. I don't know, guys. Oh, it's over here a little bit too much. Let's undo this part right here and then adjust this part right here. Well, that's better. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Round, huh? Round on the glasses? You mean around the frames? Okay. The nose isn't big enough? Really? Let's see. Let's get a close-up of this thing. Let's get a look here. Where'd it go? There it is. You know what? I think you're right. Yeah, man, you're right. That nose needs to be protruding. All right, let's try it. Let's see what happens with it. Okay, and now it looks like, for those of you of the older generation, more like Humpty. If you guys don't know who that is, don't look it up. It's just a guy. A rapper from the early 90s, I believe, or mid 90s. This one. Let's make it a little bit bigger. And it was suggested that by Quick Fix that that made them too square. Yeah, I can see that. Now the question is, to make them rounder, would I have to start from scratch? And I think the answer is yes. They would have to be, because they are at an angle right now. But they weren't before. I think I can go back and let's see. Come on, let's move this out of the way. The nose, this. There. Now I can adjust it. At an angle, you cannot adjust these things and get the same shape. You have to do something different. You have to align them and make them perpendicular to the ground, or okay, we have that. Okay, good. And then we have this. Okay. Otherwise, it'll be very distorted. So let's do this for right now. There'll be no distortion if I just pull these forward. Now, this right here, to make it rounder, I need to change the, was it the radius? There you go. That looks good. And I should, oh, I thought I had, oh, let's just copy this. Copy, and then here, let's paste it. And hit enter, apparently. Okay, let's do the same thing with this one. And then, same thing with this one. All right, better, I think. What do you guys think? I think it's better. Let's see what you guys think. Yeah, the Humpty Dance. The sides, yeah, I think they look pretty thick too. All right, see you later, quick fix. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm going to fix this too because I don't like the way that looks. All right, I'm going to group these right here. Oh, I need to go further back. Otherwise, you won't get the full crispness of the glasses. So now I'm going to select this one, that one, that one, and that one, and group. All right, now the frame, or what do you call this part of the glasses? I don't even, I wear glasses, by the way, guys. I just don't know what this part is called. The part that hurts your ears when they're brand new. That's the part. That's what it should be called. I guess maybe that's just my experience because, you know, that's what it feels like with me. Oh, did not know they were connected there. Let's see if I can undo this and shift and then move it over a little bit. Okay. And then this one, I'll drag it over. Okay. Now I can, okay, that feels better. So let's just group it all together now. This one, that. And then this unnamed part of the glasses group. At this point, the glasses are going to be one piece. And now I'm going to rotate them a little. Oops. There you go. And guys, I am not crying while I'm doing this. I'm getting over a cold. But I feel like, whoa, what happened to the eyes? Oh boy. I think it's, I'm not sure if you guys have seen Mission Impossible 3 where Carrie Russell, her brain explodes and her eyes go in different directions. That's what it looks like here. I know, a lot of movie references. All right, that's not good. Let me do that again. Did I just mess up the eye? Oh, yeah, that's better-ish. No, not really. I'm going to use the arrow keys for this one. Okay, I'm going to accept that as good. I don't know. He's wearing glasses for a reason. Let's just say it's to correct those eyes. All right, let's see what else we have here. Let's look at the picture. Can't get over the hair. Mine just looks like a helmet. I'll fix it later. I wonder what I could do. If you guys have any suggestions, you just let me know, because I'm open to ideas with the hair at this point. Okay. Obviously, I'm going to change this head because that does not look good. And I think I should, I don't know, the hair is, anytime now, guys, if you can think of something, you let me know. I'll get back to the hair. So the hands, let's do the hands, which, I'm going to undo this part. I'm going to move it forward because I don't like the way it looks right here. But let's undo this. Undo. Okay. What I want is a thinner version of this. Now, I could add the thinner part here. In fact, I'm going to do that because that'll just be easier. the sphere should be this one. There. Okay. So, and of course, now that I grouped it, I'm like, wait, I have the perfect one right here, and I'm going to undo it again. And then I'm going to redo it. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this thing, move it up, move it forward, and then I'm going to undo it because there's no need to undo it over there. Now I'm going to shrink this. Actually, I don't need to shrink it uniformly. What do I need to do? I'm going to make this stand up. Make it stand up over here. And a few more. That looks more like what I'm looking for. Now the sides, I'm going to purposely have those lines stick out because they look more and more like what do you call those things at the end of your sleeve that it just looks like it's super tight. That's what I'm going to do here. Now, oh boy. I didn't count on it being so warped. But hey, that's what happens when you work with direction and magnitude. Oh yeah. Okay. That's okay-ish for now. I'll make it a little bit bigger. Okay. Wow, it's 9:30. I did not realize that. I'm going to make that a little bit smaller. And I think I'm going to be good there. I'm going to duplicate this, move it down. Click the letter M to make it go that direction. And then I know it looks distorted. It's okay. I'm going to undo that part right there. Click away. Undo again. Group should be down a little bit lower and a little bit out, lower for. That's better. All right, let's move this. And I know it's warped, guys. I know it's warped. I think if I were to make a tutorial on this, I would adjust this so that it doesn't look so weird. But you know what? I actually like the way that it looks. It's very stylized. All right. I think I'll make this one stick out a little bit more. Better. Right there. Okay. I have these two things here. You know, from a certain angle, he looks okay. From a certain angle, I'm just saying. I need to adjust the back. I agree. And then add the stripe on the sides. Now the gun, what is that? What does it call it? A squid gun? Let's see what we can do with that. Okay, that looks like a, what do we call it? Hyperboloid. Man, I wish I could see this all the time. All right, let's do that. All right, hyperboloid. Let's do that quickly because I think some of you are falling asleep. Let's go ahead and change that to white. And it's kind of like the shoe. I'm not sure if you guys noticed that. It looks a little bit like the shoe. And honestly, I think the squid gun is going to be the easiest part because it's just shapes. I'm gonna drop it down a little bit, and then the inner radius. Whoa. Let's drop it down there. The outer radius needs to be, and then some more here. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Since this part doesn't matter, this part does matter. Sorry, I'm just trying to organize this better. All right. Okay. Why does that disappear? Okay. Anyways, guys, your chats disappear, so there's a chance you guys are talking to me, and I can't really see it until I go and look for it. Let's make that 1.5 and let's see what that looks like. All right, that is not bad, but I think it's better if we have this at like 4. Yeah, let's call that good. Now, what shape is this part of the gun? What shape is that? Oh, I think I know. I think it's the exact same shape as this thing right here. Now, I'm not sure if you guys know this, but let's, besides it coming outward like this, it can go in the opposite direction. So you can have this be like, I don't know, 3. And you start getting this weird shape. There, that's what I want. That's exactly what I want. And I guess I should color this white. And white. Oh my goodness, I did not realize how cool that one was right there. Let's align these to make them better. L. And just watch. No matter what I design, I know I'm going to have to change it, because as soon as I put it in this guy's hands, it's going to be like so disproportionate to his body that I'm going to have to like redesign it. But, you know, whatever. That's why I do this. Okay, this one needs to be a little bit bigger. And then further back. All right. What do we have? I think we have in the next one is going to be this thing here. And then top radius, there we go. And we want it to be white. And then rotate. And maximize these sides, because it's supposed to be something like this. And then okay, no, just a little bit more. And then that's not bad. I'm going to shrink this just a little bit. Make it go up a little bit. Wow, I'm surprised at how easy that is. Okay. And then, let's make this radius closer to 1. And then sticking out. And then this way. I think we're good. Actually, let's make it a 0. I don't know if you can, but it just seems normal to put that. Oh, yeah, that's good. All right, so we have that part. I think, you know what? Let's copy these right here and put them over there. Duplicate. Letter M. Rotate. Sometimes my students will ask me how long it took me to design something, and I will tell them, oh, it took me about 8 hours or so. And they're like, yeah, but the tutorial is only like 20 minutes. I'm like, well, I agree with you, the tutorial is that short. However, I'm just giving you the answers. I didn't walk you through the process of making this whole thing. So that's why. I mean, you can see here that things don't just come together automatically. I have to like work for them. Oops, got it out of the frame. The letter F brings me back, and it looks like in the final, what does it look like? Is it this one? No, this one? What looks more, you know what? I think it is this one. Excuse me. Yep, I think that's it. Okay, why am I drawing? Oh, I'm like trying to figure out why I'm drawing a blank. Why is it? I know it's, oh, okay, let's try this. Getting stuck. And I'm gonna click the letter D to make it rise up. No, I think I got it wrong. How am I getting this wrong? Okay, I'm like drawing a blank here. Is it this? No, it is not that. I'll just make it work. I don't care. This should be, let's call it 2. And then I'm going to force this shape to work. Group. And then I'll make that a white one right there. Drag this up. F so I can get to see it better. I guess this is to help him aim. I total guess there. And again, let's align everything. L. And since we don't care what moves, we just want them all to be aligned. We're good there. And all right, that's good. I think one last step here. I'm not going to put any squid in here, but I am going to do this. I'm going to do this, make that there. All right, there. Okay, now I need to undo this because I see that in the design it actually looks like it's tilted a little bit, and I think that looks cool. All right, so now that we got that part down, I need to align everything again. L. There. Now I'm going to duplicate this, Control D, and then group with that, Control G. And I am going to leave that like this. And if I hit group, it's not going to work. So now I need to bring this. It looks so small compared to the actual body here. Okay, it's going to be facing this way. And then it looks like it should be about like that. Am I facing? It's facing the wrong way. Ugh. There you go. That's better. Now let's make this thing the size it needs to be. Oops, should be going up. Okay, and then a little bit like this. Now I gotta figure out where the hands are gonna be when I put this together. Okay, so his hand's gonna go on top of there. And yeah, I need to move this part down some because right now, oh, you guys, I'm sorry. I thought you guys were looking at the picture with me. Here. See how this hand is holding the bottom, but it's further down compared to the squids. So I can either move that up or this down or do both. So let's see. This and this I can move down. Okay. Did I miss something? Oh. Should be in that direction, which means now I got to move the hand do I? Yeah, I think I do. Here. Let's move it a little bit this way. And shrink it a little bit. No. Okay, so I can see the hand being there. Now the next question is, how do I want this one to be? I know. The shortcut, you guys, is just to shrink it. I don't know what that's going to look like or what kind of effect that's going to have. But I can also, let's see if I can do this without breaking anything of this design. Don't want that involved, don't want that. Don't want this or that involved. I need this to be higher, so I'm going to move it higher. And let's look at the picture. Where did the picture go? There it is. Okay, so this is around eye level. The hands are about his neck, which again, the face, I'm going to change. The hands, I'm not sure I'll be getting to do it right now because it's getting kind of late. Let's see, anybody here on the chat? No, haven't chatted in a while, and that's okay. Don't worry about it. So this needs to be way higher, and I think it needs to be bigger. So let's go ahead and give bigger. Oops. And let's move it higher. All right, guys. What would I do with the hand? This is what I would do. So the hands are going to be a series of spheres, essentially, but I'm going to be manipulating them so that they look a little bit better than just spheres. So this, and then very quickly, I'm just going to add these here. Whoa, that's too skinny. There you go. And then I need to rotate this a little bit higher. Too skinny. And some more. Okay. I'm going to do, what? Did I go somewhere else? Okay, I duplicated it. Now I'm going to make it go up there. I'm not sure if you've noticed, but his hands are kind of big compared to the rest of his body. Now I want this to be, I'm going to look at it from underneath so I can just adjust the bottom half. There you go. That's better. Okay. And now rotate a little bit more and then move it back closer to the handle. Now in this case, fingers. Fingers, fingers, fingers. To tell you the truth, I think I would just use these little tiny tubes because during the printing, something this small is going to get broken off if they are not attached to something. So I would just, let's see, based on this, the wall thing, this should be like 10. That usually closes up this thing right here. And for some reason, it didn't do anything. There it is. And then super small, bring them up. Yeah, I'm just going to curl these over. And I'm going to make sure that they are touching the handle there because, again, something this small, just going to break. If you're using a printer like mine, I'm using a bamboo slicer or bamboo P1P. And I like it. But, again, something this small is just going to break. And maybe a little bit skinnier here. All right, so I know it looks weird. I know. And I feel like I'm cheating. I'm okay with that. For this one, I'm gonna click the letter F so it's back in my view. I'm gonna make the hand a little bit thicker too. All right. Then I'm going to move that over to the right. This one should be curved a little bit more. There you go. Forward. Anyways, I think we get the point there. We get one more. I guess we should have a thumb. Thumbs are helpful. Okay, I'm going to duplicate that, click the letter M, and I want it to go up. And then, where's the arrow? Oh, there it is. And I want it to be thick there. Honestly, I think I'm good with that. What should I do with this one here? This right here. And then this one here. All right, guys, I think I'm going to call this. I would just duplicate this, put it there. Again, half sphere, finger-like things. And I would make sure it's touching this thing, because if you try to print it again, it'll be better. The head, I think I would just change the head now at this point to one of these. Can I change? Oh, I can't really change anything there. I think I would make this go upside down. And I missed one. And, you know, change the color, move it up. Oh my goodness. Move it up. And I think the head, I would just make this go up. And then, there you go. And I would do something where I would adjust it so that the cheeks are there. Now, I don't want that line, no matter what. I think I would rotate this. That way they both meet. So let me move it over. I think for the final one, I would rotate this. And maybe W, D, W again. I think I would group that. Would that get me what I want? No, not quite. So right here looks a little bit better than this, but what I don't like is the sharpness of this angle. I think I would start adding like those toruses, or I like to call donuts, here on the side to make the cheek stick out, and then make the cheek stick out here, and then I have another torus there. But you would have the thinness of the neck as well as the chin. You would have more toruses to give him more, I guess, curvature of his face. Because right now, I mean, this looks, obviously, it doesn't look very good. So anyways, I think I'm going to call it. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and we'll see what happens. All right, have a good one.